What is up? Hi, I'm Taylor. Being a human is really weird sometimes, and I think collectively, a lot of us humans are just really feeling it lately. Like, really, really feeling it. This has been a way to check in with myself historically, like outside of therapy, and that's been really helpful. I also think that in the same ways that I was recording myself previously, with or without the intention to like post stuff, um, I'm also pretty sure that I have ADHD and I believe that I'm autistic. So, like, there's that. And oftentimes, like right now in this moment, as I am narrating my stream of consciousness out loud, there are many times where my brain goes off track and I don't remember what the hell I was talking about. And that's why I think, oh, having like a script and something to like follow to be like, what was I wanting to say? What was I wanting to check in about? Can be really helpful sometimes. That way it's not just my stream of consciousness chatter for like however fucking long this is. However, maybe people would be interested and they would watch that, is also where my brain goes, because I love whenever I watch my content creators that I follow go off on their little rambles, and I think that's adorable. I think that's so fun. It's one of the things I love about humans so much, because I love humans. I love humans so much. We're so weird. We're so cute. We're so whimsical. We're also like incredibly complex and confusing. So, I think this is helpful for me to check in, but now with this intent of, oh, hey, I have a nicer camera. Maybe I want to get into streaming. Maybe I want to get into like posting content and stuff just to kind of connect, because I don't always feel like I am connected to the world around me in the ways that I want to be and in an authentic way. And one of the best ways for me to be authentic is to like feel safe, to be in a place where I feel safe. And where do I feel the safest at these days? It's at home. It is, because I can be myself. I don't have to worry about too much judgment, because my partner, I've been with them, this will be 11 years this year, and there's just a lot of getting to know one another that takes place over the course of 11 years, because you're growing with each other through each season of life. And so I feel very fortunate that I am now at a place where I can unmask at home. I can present myself in the ways that I want to at home without fear of judgment, of just being like, yep, this is me. This is what makes me feel good in my skin, in my body. This is what helps me feel affirmed in my gender. Because something that I have been exploring more recently is this identity of being non-binary and using they, them pronouns. I am finding that they, them, it feels so affirming. I cannot put it into words. The feeling that I get whenever somebody refers to me using they pronouns, like, it's like the difference between night and day. I didn't know that there was this like possibility essentially until more recent years. And it wasn't until I was in grad school that I even was exposed to folks in the non-binary realm. Like, what do you mean? Like, you can go by that? That's insane. That's cool. Like, not insane in like whatever, but like insane as in like mind-blowing. Like, I fucking love that. And throughout my career, not even my career, my life, been an ally. Have I always been the best ally? No, of course not, because again, growth is possible. And learning more and doing like research and trying to do my best to be like, okay, let me like stay up to date. I obviously don't know everything. I'm never going to know everything, but I'm going to do my best to just be a kind human and show up and have that empathy for whoever it is. I might not relate to their experience directly. Here I am, having worked with queer youth for so long that now I'm like, oh, wait, oh, all right. Like, things are making sense now. It's very similar and it's intertwined with my journey of discovering I'm autistic. I have an assessment, a formal assessment later this year. However, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm pretty sure there's still always that unhealthy amount of imposter syndrome and self-doubt, and I'm in therapy. I'm working through that, trying to figure out like, well, what would that mean for me? It's been a whole grieving process, really just digging deeper into myself and my identity and who am I, right? This big overarching question that is like, does it even matter? Because like I'm me. You are you, I am me. Thank you to May Miller in their comedy special Sap for having one of the most hilarious exchanges and explanations for human interaction of like, I am me. You are also you. That was very funny. It made me chuckle. But anytime I say the phrase like I'm me, I'm taken back to May's special. So that's hilarious. I feel like Shrek in a lot of ways, where I get to be an onion. I'm an ogre. Ogres are like onions, right? And so every time I think I know myself pretty well, where I'm like, okay, yeah, another layer gets peeled back, and it just like it just keeps going. And it's been a really cool journey, I'm not gonna lie. It's also been devastating. There has been so much crying. Y'all, I have cried more times in the last year than I probably have in my entire life. And that's not a healthy thing, because I went many, many years. I'm 29. I'll be 30 later this year. And there was like a good chunk of time, most of my teenage years into my mid 20s, where I just was not feeling. I was so numb. I was so detached from my body. I still feel detached from myself and my body at times, right? Like not always fully present, but like I'm fighting to bring back that presence and to make that choice to be present with myself and with others and with the world around me, even though it's fucking devastating and is so hard to do, because who would want to be present in a world that is on fire, where people are dying for no reason, where people are harming other people, where people are harming children? Like, who would want to be awake and present to that? There's also so much beauty, though, in the world. I'm looking outside right now. There are trees in my neighbor's yard that I can see. That's a fucking gift. The wind is blowing. They're doing their little dance, and I get to just like sit here while I'm yapping and witness that. Also, I get to see my partner, who's graciously mowing the lawn, because that's what they do in the warmer months, right? They get to mow the lawn. They like mowing the lawn. Good for them. Like, that's a gift. That's some of the beautiful things in this world. There's so much more. Like this cute little rainbow pterodactyl. Can you see it? No? Yes. There's cute things in this world. I have a little mushroom pillow. What the fuck, right? Like, there's so many things in this world to also be grateful for and to find that joy in. And so I want to be present to all of it, not just the pain, but also the joy. And that has been scary, and that has been uprooting, is the word that comes to my mind, because it's like, I'm deconstructing my view of myself, right? And my gender, and what the fuck does that even mean? It's just it's a lot sometimes. And I sometimes feel very isolated, and I'm trying to not feel isolated. I also have very low energy these days, and as I'm shifting into this, I guess it's a career change, but it's really not. It's still within my career, but it's just in a different environment and with a different organization. So I'm a social worker by trade. I'm in the mental health field. I'm working on getting my licensure in the state that I live in, which is a red state. It's great, in the Midwest. And I was a school social worker for a really long time, and then now I'm shifting into the role of a therapist, right, in private practice. I did community mental health for a little bit. That was like, it would have been really cool if, right, like I had the supports that I needed, and if I felt like safe enough to just be myself within that space. And that unfortunately was not the case. Within the team that I was on. I don't think within the whole organization. I think there were just some like key players and key people. Also, that environment, right? Community mental health, like it does not have the resources that it needs in order to serve people and folks, and especially youth. The resources and the support are not there. And I believe in having access to mental health care, to quality mental health care. And unfortunately, the system is just not what it needs to be. And it was very much run like a business of, you have to make sure you get these certain hours. And as somebody who is coming out of survival mode, right, with this last job that I had, water break because my throat's scratchy. Drink some water. That's your, I'll do that gentler. Drink some water. You should probably drink some water. As I'm gonna take another sip of mine, because like, why not? Also talking about my last 2 jobs, it like there's still a lot of like anger and grief that's there too. We're healing, coming out of survival mode. The job I had previously to the private practice role that I'm in now, it was definitely a step in the right direction. It wasn't for me in this season of life. It's just I needed more control, and I didn't have a lot of control in that space. And now I'm in a space where I have control. Like I get to set my hours that I work. I get to, for the most part, I get to control the like spaces that I am in because we share office spaces. I get a say in the clientele that I work with for the most part. If I feel like somebody I can edit that out. It's fine. Ugh, I'm dying. Every day I come a little bit closer to death. Every day we're dying. You're born, you're dying. It's fine. It's okay. It's chill. What was I talking about? Oh, I get more say in my clientele that I work with. So if I feel like a client isn't a good fit, or even if just on paper I'm like, ooh, I am not the one, right? Like that is outside of my wheelhouse, my scope. That's not what I'm trained in. That's not what I feel equipped to help somebody like navigate. I get to be like, nope. I also got a fresh cut the other day, and I'm adjusting to it. I've never had like a buzz. This is I don't know if you can see it. This is like buzzed though. It's short. It's short. Ooh, this is probably gonna look weird because I've had headphones on, but it is the shortest I've ever had my hair. I am loving it though. I really am. Oh. I also really like wearing headphones, so having my hair short like on the sides is like something I to take my headphones on and off and not have to like fuck with my hair too much. Talk about gender affirming. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's been nice. That's been nice. It still feels weird though, because I'm like, who am I? But every day I'm also like, who am I? So there's that, right? But I'm in a space, I'm in a season where my body is being allowed to slow down. It is starting to feel safe. And I think with going all of those years of not feeling and feeling disconnected from my body, I grew up with a lot of privilege. There's no denying that. I also feel as though there was so much of my life where I did not actually get a chance to form my identity or to question that, especially as a teenager. There was a lot of loss that happened within a short period of time. And it's not to make excuses for myself, but I think I was just shoved into survival mode from like 2011 until we'll say 2020, 2026 maybe. No, 2025, perhaps. Whenever I started working with this therapist that I have been with for almost a year. So that is when I truly felt, whenever I decided to step away from the schools, I think that is when I started to come out of survival mode. So that was about a year ago. To like truly come out of survival mode. Because this is my brain's way of like, it always does this. Not always. It tends to do this where I'm like reflecting on something and then I'm trying to like be kind to myself and be like, well, it wasn't that bad. Like maybe I was out of survival mode before then. No, it's okay to admit that. It's okay to admit that there are still times right now where I feel like I'm in survival mode and I'm trying to like still come out of that. And I think my therapist would probably make the argument that I'm still in a little bit of survival mode and I'm shifting out of that. I think she would probably make that argument. And the therapist that I'm with now, she challenges me in the best ways. I've been in therapy since 2021, 2022. I think that's also the same time that I started my career, right? Post grad school. And so I've been a self-aware person. I've increased my self-awareness, but now to shift into this like identity exploration is a privilege that I'm just like incredibly grateful for and still astounded to be like, well, how am I here? Like this is incredible. Some people don't get the opportunity and the chance to really explore or to even have like the curiosity, right? They don't have the capacity to get curious about who they are, what their place is in the world, how they want to express themselves themselves, like, and some of that too also comes to like exposure, right? Like, what are we exposed to, and do we have like that representation in our life to be like, that kind of explains like my experience. Like, what? I didn't know that that was a thing. We're seeing more of ourselves in the media, and also it like conversations are just becoming more normalized to talk about experiences, right? With the boom of social media and just being able to see other people's lived experiences from like literally across the world. Like, it's cool, it's weird, it's wacky, it's wild. It's not all good, but there are many good things that have come from it. I also think it's really weird at a time where trans rights are just so under threat right now, for me to be like, I'm trans, I'm non-binary, like that is just weird and scary, because there is this part of me that is very much like, you're faking it, you're doing this for attention, like you just want to be special, and that is not the case. Like, I know that to not be true. However, that doubt is still very much present, along with this narrative of, well, I'm not trans enough and I'm not non-binary enough, right? All of these questions. It's confusing deconstructing gender, but at the same time, it's not. Because it is affirming things that I have known since I was a child, but I now have the language for it, and I now have a time in my life where I feel safe enough to actually be like, I don't have a lot of confidence, but I've got the confidence to be able to be like, hey, this is me. Like, I'm done pretending. I'm done trying to fit in. I'm done trying to cater to everyone else's level of comfortability. If you feel uncomfortable with me, okay, great, you're not the person for me. Like, bye. See ya. I also feel like, because I didn't struggle in childhood and because I didn't know this in childhood, that like there's something wrong with me. And I always have had this narrative of there's something wrong with me. That's something that comes up quite frequently in therapy, and each layer that I'm peeling back throughout this whole journey is like, there's something wrong with me, and I'm stepping into a space where I have this self-love and this self-compassion and this ability to be like, Taylor, there is nothing wrong with you. You are fucking magic. You are made of stardust. Like, that is something I told myself yesterday before I went to bed, as I'm like getting ready to transition from walking out of the bathroom into the bedroom. I'm like, I just like paused, and I felt that self-doubt creeping in, because nighttime is always when it seems to, at least lately. And I was just like, Taylor, you are fucking magic. You are made of stardust. You are incredible. You are kind. You are compassionate. You deserve to be here. You deserve a chance to live your authentic life. You deserve a chance to live and speak your truth. You're enough. Exhaled, stepped out the door, and I was ready to transition into bedtime. The fact that that came out of my brain and came out of my mouth, because I said these things out loud too. I'm in awe. I'm like, who are they? Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
It's taken me so fucking long to get to this point, and it takes other people longer sometimes, if they're ever able to get to this point of like self-compassion, right? And in this the self-acceptance. Like, I have like little chills like running down my neck right now. It's incredible sometimes, and I'm so grateful, and it sucks that there is still this self-doubt, and I don't like that it's there. However, I think it is just potentially part of the human experience. We have this weird level of self-awareness and consciousness. We're capable of metacognition. We can think about our thoughts. Like, that's fucking weird. If you think about it, that's an odd concept to wrap your brain around. Like, I can think about my thoughts. Huh? What? I don't know, dude. It is a weird thing to be a human. And I think the more I step into who I am, the more I allow this like younger version of me to bloom, who did not get the chance to bloom. And sometimes when I refer to my younger self, I use she pronouns, because that was all that I knew. Like, that little girl, right, did not get the chance to feel affirmed whenever she was questioning, like, well, people are telling me I'm not a boy, but like that doesn't feel right to me, because like they're telling me I can't do this because I'm a girl. And I used to think it was just me being like, yeah, I can do anything a boy can do, right? Like, fuck that. I'm gonna do it. And then now, as I'm reflecting, it's like, oh no, I was not feeling affirmed in my gender because people were viewing me as a girl and I didn't feel like a girl. I don't know if I necessarily felt like a boy either. I was just me. I'm just me. I'm just Taylor. I was always just Taylor. And being a human is a weird thing, and I'm feeling perceived now. And it's funny because like if I end up posting this, then obviously it's like, well, yeah, I'm gonna be perceived then. There's always this weird moment of like I feel like I'm doing something wrong whenever I am like recording or whenever I am like speaking my truth or even bringing up stuff, right? Like about gender and being like, oh, this was my experience socialized as a girl, but then I'm questioning all these things. I think I was just made to feel like I was doing something wrong by existing a lot of times by like family members too, which is just like really shitty. And I think that when I talk about these topics, that feeling is still very much there too, to be like, oh, well, this is something wrong. Like you can't be talking about this. You can't be thinking about this. Like how dare you? I have one memory that is very vivid of one of my aunts. I think she's technically my great aunt. I can picture the room perfectly. I can picture the look on her face, her tone of voice that she used, how she said it, her voice. Like, I don't even remember what I was doing other than wanting to play, wanting to go play the sports and stuff with all of my male boy cousins who are older than me, trying to fit in, but also do things that like felt like aligned and right for me. But my aunt just like looked at me and was like, "You're not a boy." The way she said that to younger me, it just really fucking stings a lot. And even now, it still feels discouraging, even to like say that out loud. It's just shitty. She was not a kind human. She's still not a kind human. She probably doesn't even remember that she told me that. Like, this was, I think I was probably like 8, maybe a little younger, maybe a little older. I was just wanting to play. I was just wanting to be a kid. Like, I wasn't trying to be a boy. I was being me. I am me, right? Like, I was just literally being myself, trying to do something that brought me joy, and then immediately she like kind of took that away from me in the moment, which is odd. I don't think we always recognize the power we have over other people and the power that like our words and actions have, because oh, that did a number on me. Clearly, if I'm here 10 plus years later still being like, that fucking hurt, like, and what did it matter? Like, what, boys are the only ones that can go and play sports? Boys are the only ones that can like be like aggressive. And when I say aggressive, I mean like contact sport aggressive, kind of, not like aggressive, because they, yeah. Anyway, I haven't really brought that up with my therapist, but I feel like I should. I could talk about this. I will talk about this at some point. Yeah, I don't know. It is an odd thing to be a human. It's an odd thing to be alive and to have a consciousness and to have the capacity and ability for metacognition. It's like, what? And I'm noticing an entire shift in my mood now as I'm talking about this from when I started the video to where I'm at now. And that's okay. I'm fucking magic. I'm made of stardust. I think I'm gonna go get a hug. I'm gonna go cuddle my puppy. I'm still very curious about video editing and posting and kind of on the fence of like, should I not? What would I be doing it for? Maybe I'll kind of explore that. I'll write that down. Look here. Would you like that clickety clackety? Yeah, I'm gonna end it for now. Okay. Bye. Hi, here I am a couple months later editing this video with the intention of posting it. Exciting, yay. I'm wearing the exact same sweatshirt that I was wearing then too, and there's been a little bit of a update with some different things behind me because I recorded this video originally in May and it is now July, so some time has passed. Pride Month has happened. I got some more fun things, and I realized while I was sitting here editing this video, I did not have a good way to wrap up the video or a good ending or like a sign off. It just ended and that was it. That sounds so weird. There was no sign off. There was no way to encourage you all to engage with this video if things that I spoke to resonated with you. And I feel like if my intention is to try to build some sense of community for myself on this platform, that feels pretty important, you know, to be like, hey, let me know. Talk to me! Right? Like, engage in whatever format feels true to you. This is the shameless plug. This feels really awkward. Thanks so much for watching. If anything that I spoke to in my last however minutes of rambling really resonated with you and spoke to you, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. I hope the day is kind to you. I hope you are kind to yourself, and remember to drink some water and stay hydrated because it is a hot summer. Okay, bye!